It seemed to be working just fine.
Hey there, Medicine Hat, and good morning to you. Hello and welcome, and back in to another fun time of showing the doggy, sharing the doggy treats and showing the panties until they take it away from us. Okay, so I got to do. I'm gonna
It
do
was a
something with this
pile of
leaves this
damp
time.
leaves.
Good times.
It was a
Okay, this
pile of
is
damp
And on
leaves.
the remastered edition.
yes,
Okay.
and on your end, Medicine Hat, we've gotten a new mic. So on your end, how do things sound? Do we need to? Katie said the mic sounds good. Chad was a little weak. We're trying to figure out the optimal place for the arm, the boom arm. Okay, it sounds very good, but that's my loud booming voice. Can you hear Chad? Say anything,
Anything. I am
everything.
talking. I am looking up this. I think it was like the series, or maybe certain games had different names depending on where it was distributed. Which is like we have, was it Indigo Prophecy had like a different name in Europe, I believe.
Mm. Now, see that, and that doesn't surprise me that this would have a different name because it is a French company. A little quiet on his end, but Chad has a soft spoken voice. So trying to capture Chad can sometimes be difficult. How does that sound? With two, we do have the second mic, but I don't have um, a toner box to put two mic jacks in. He is a bit farther away too. Anytime you're farther away, the only thing I could do is maybe turn up the gain, but I don't want to turn it up so much that I'm overpowering the stream, which other people have said because of my voice. I often do. Set the talisman or cool.
Interesting. This was called a 3D adventure game, but maybe 3D in the sense of 3D in the sense of like a lot of old Sierra games are 3D, as in you can kind of move in front and back of things. Okay, the first Broken Sword game, The Shadow of the Templars, also known as Circle of Blood in the United States. So that one had different titles.
It was a pile of damp leaves. The machine seemed to
Director's
be
Cut
pumping air.
version of the first Broken Sword game was released for the Wii, Nintendo DS, Microsoft Windows, OS 10, iOS, Android, and Linux. Wow, that's kind of cool. With they even made it on the Wii. We actually went and bought the game Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings for the Wii for $3. Um, and the reason I did that is that they have actually Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis as an unlockable. You needed to take something and put it like on some metal part, something that's moving.
You're right. I was doing the pump. Okay.
Did you put the newspaper on the leaves
Mm-hmm.
first?
That's why it's
As I
burning.
held the fetish to the iron rim of the wheel, a shower of sparks cascaded onto the leaves.
I don't see a newspaper on the leaves, or a news article or whatever. It says bank statement. It's this thing. Is that a news cutting?
Oh, I tried to put the bank statement on there. Mhm.
The newspaper clipping was just what I needed to kindle the damp leaves.
Kindle is difficult. Always in Boy Scouts, we did a little bit of camping during the winter, and to try to get Kindle or kindling during the winter is kind of tricky. So what you do is you try to.
As I
especially
held
like
the
on pine
fetish
trees,
to
you
the
take, like,
iron
these little
rim
kind
of the wheel, a
little
shower of
pieces and
sparks
stuff like that.
cascaded onto
So
the
they need to be
leaves.
small,
Hang on.
thin, and dry,
Okay.
and that's what you use to try to start a fire.
So if the branches are wet, what do you use to dry them off before you?
Well, you start off with that, and then if there are
Quick,
other
man,
things, then
put
try
out that
them.
fire. I got a sick woman up here.
Sorry, Father, but I needed to attract your attention.
Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Stobart, George Stobart.
I'm Father Hubert.
Jim.
I don't suppose you speak French.
Huh? Why do you want to know that?
I found a young woman with a fever by the river this morning. The poor girl is close to death. And there's nothing I can do for her but pray. I don't understand her, but I think she's speaking French.
Hang on. That must be Nico.
Biscuits.
Let's focus, Chad.
What are you doing out here in the jungle?
God's work. Not quite the destination I had in mind when I set out, but, well, you know what they say? Mysterious ways and so on.
You didn't plan to end up here?
No. I was on my way to the miners' camp in the north. I was stuck here when my boat capsized on the river.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Except it was
How long have you been here?
11 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my girlfriend you've got in your treehouse. What's the matter with her?
She's been bitten by a venomous river snake.
But
Well, at least it said
can't you
venomous.
do something for her? There's a cure, isn't there?
I ran out of penicillin
Why is that-
and morphine
why is that
years
important?
ago, but the local people speak of a root which they believe will counteract the poison.
Because in a number of King's Quest games, they keep calling snakes poisonous instead of venomous. So that's part of the, especially Cedric the Owl, who says, watch out, Graham, a poisonous snake. And it's, the correct term is a venomous one. If it's,
Right, because
if it
snakes have
bites you.
venom. Them.
Yeah. And,
Spiders are poisonous.
Yeah, so I got, let me show you. Speaking of Cedric.
Oh, so Chad got a new thing. I don't even know how you got where you got it. It just showed up and it was like, here we go, Mel.
One of the groups I'm on, guy was selling off some of his stuff. So
Okay.
Willie Beamish. This was a game developed by Dynamics, which was a subsidiary of Sierra.
Right.
And,
Willie Beamish. So it had kind
So-
of goodies in the box.
So yeah, the manual was interesting. So it looks like an old Mead document, notebook like you'd have in class, except it's spelled MEED.
and so
and-
it's on the it is on the queue. Maybe next time. We don't know. Chad does have a digital version of it because these are 5 1/4 floppies.
Yeah, which
Will not work with my current PC
yeah,
at
we do
all.
not. I have not even seen external 5 1/4 inch drives.
Now, I hope
I have
he's-
one for 3.5.
Oh man, I had that way back when, and I forgot all about
Yeah,
that
I
manual.
love this. It just has a Cedric the Owl, just like little drawings and stuff like that. So a dead Cedric the Owl. It's just fun little gags within this, and I love it. It's just like various little like newspaper clippings, a lot
And
of kind of
hopefully
like scribbles.
Things that help you with the game.
Yeah, just like various little scribbles and stuff like that, like as if you're 9 years old. Some of this kind of reminds me a bit of even Hero U when you read your diary and various things that Connor would say, "Oh my gosh, that's great. Definitely not get that joke when I was younger." Yeah, but yeah, I do remember those doodles. So yeah, these are the fun things I love about getting the physical ones. If you have the extras, the Space Quest games had some great extras to them, like just various little gags. Space Quest 2 kind of had like a comic book in it. Space Quest 4 or 5 had like a National Enquirer type thing. Maybe I'll go get those real quick.
Anyway, let's move your empty can to its tipped. Fortunately,
Where can I find this route?
I don't know. But maybe the shaman of the village can tell us.
Will you show me the way to the village?
Me? Oh, but I can't.
Can't. Nico's life depends on it.
Nope, sorry, modesty.
All right. Of course I should, despite my own guilt and shame. But I can't go as a representative of God with a creased collar.
A creased collar?
Good
you mean
God,
you put
a
your
creased
personal
collar.
attire higher than the life of a sick
Would you
I
would
will
you
not
like some
go
dog
that
snacks?
day to evening at my desk.
Give me your collar. I'm sure. I
I'm
can find a way to
sure
press it.
that the priest wants the panties, all right? I'm so sure that the priest wants the panties that we're going
Meantime,
to
Let's
Pack
contemplate
up
my
into his
sermon.
hut for a few minutes.
he's going to contemplate the evils of his
There was
sermon. So
obviously more than a creased collar bothering the priest.
he just wants a pair of panties. Darn it.
No response.
Darn it, game.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
Scooby snacks. You want some Scooby snacks?
Okay, look,
He don't want anything but his crease collar.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, chat Sharon.
Space Quest 5 had like a National Enquirer type thing, like baby born with only one head. I love the baby. It's like Ken Williams, who was the head of Sierra. Elvis Watch, Alien Hoax. Just lots of kind of fun little gags and stuff.
And
I
they
think this-
definitely put a lot into
Yeah, and so
the computer magazine.
So it acts as kind of a, fun little gags. And behind the scenes on the set of Space Quest 5, just a bunch of like various gags and stuff. And so, kind of having fun with that. But making games definitely can be quite difficult as well. Especially listening to things like stories from game veterans and stuff and what it was like. And Corey Cole yesterday was talking about on their stream. Corey Cole was talking about when they were working on Quest 45 and near the end, management saying we want people to work 80 hours a week, and it's kind of like, no, you're going to kill them, and that's definitely not fun. Trying to work 80 hours a week or something like that. I know for myself as a programmer, eventually you get to the point of like, no, the brain stops working, and it's like, I can sit there.
There was
for
nothing
80
else I
hours
wanted
a
to
week,
ask
but
you.
It's not necessarily going to mean I'm going to get any more work done.
So there I was, hundreds of miles from civilization, doing the housework for a priest. It's a strange world.
Chad loves his boxes. He loves to show them. He likes when they come because they certainly surprise me. I'm like, where this come from? But if somebody is getting rid of their collection, Chad is definitely going to be one that, is going to want to take a look and see.
The press worked surprisingly well on the collar.
So my thought when I saw this is, because we actually saw this little part right here, is that you got the color nice and creased, but now you got grass stains on it. I have no idea what happened to
collar,
my
Father?
old games. Probably just gave them away, or maybe you garbaged them. Who knows, right?
Thank you, George. You probably think it a little odd of me to make such a fuss.
Oh no. If I'd been living in the jungle for 11 years, I'd be completely screwy too.
Screwy? Yes, perhaps I am. Ever since my last visit to that village.
Okay, we want to know
Do you
more.
want to tell me what happened at the village?
I forgot my vows. I let myself be overwhelmed by the
Forgot his
beauty of
vows?
this unspoiled paradise. And
He gave me no
moment of
goodwill when
weakness,
I couldn't run them
animal
anymore.
passion
Yeah, that's the
returns
problem. Is
once
that a lot of those
No,
games,
writing romantic
fortunately, you have
novels.
people to port them to CDs and digital versions and stuff that now we can play them again. But yeah, if you didn't have a computer that ran a 5 1/4 inch floppy, it was kind of like, oh well, shit, And the ultimate to be would be a gaming computer that did that, and the 3.5, and it did in modern day, so that you could play just about anything.
Yeah, that
But
would
then
be
you
very
need,
tricky. So,
then you'd have the limit of the operating system.
hey, Mike.
What the hell? Where's my notification, Twitch? You bunch of fucks.
I got one.
Hi,
I
Mike.
think, maybe. Oh,
Right, exactly. Are you sure? I didn't even know if you didn't
Yeah.
get notified.
I think with the 5 1/4 is the thing that makes that really
How's the
challenging.
mic, Mike? How does it sound?
Is just how old it is trying to get modern systems. There are a couple things I've looked into of trying to get 5 1/4 to run on modern hardware, but it's tricky and you have to find some specific hardware to get that to work. There are 3.5-inch USB drives. I've never seen anything that say a 5 1/4 inch USB drive though.
Happy Sunday, Mike Medicine Hat. How are you, bud? Mike.
I got a notification 36 minutes ago.
Yep. Which is about 45 minutes after we started. Okay. It's
Did
about
you
right. Thanks,
experience
Twitch.
some kind of
The mic is good.
physical
Awesome.
liaison at the village?
Yes, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I found myself doing...
And no echoing of the game
Monkey
in the
dogs.
background.
I've never heard it called that before. And I didn't want to pry any deeper into Hubert's murky
I think
past.
he was in, maybe he did the monkey dance in The Longest Journey.
Nope. Oh, good. So, Chad, he said that he broke his vows. So why doesn't he want to see the panties? Dang it. I want to show somebody the panties.
Now you've got your collar back. Will you take me to the village?
I've still not finished my sermon.
Look, Father, I still don't know why you're so reluctant to visit that village. And
There's
it's none
an
of my
evil
business.
woman there
Whatever
that
the
tempted
reason,
me.
it can't be more important than saving Nico's life.
You're right.
What if it's actually not
I must be
Nico?
crazy. We must make haste if we're to reach the village before nightfall.
So what about her? We're just leaving
By
her
the
up
time
in
we
the...
reached the village, it was sunset.
She's already dying. Guess so, huh? Oh, half-naked village men.
Hello, boys. Glad to see you're still wearing the underpants.
Oh, they're wearing
They're
underpants.
the best Christmas present we ever had, Father.
Mine are too tight.
Well, we all have our cross to bear. This is George. He has a request to make. I'm afraid I can't stay. Good luck, George.
Fuck off, George. I'm not staying. They're wearing Speedos.
That's a relief. I never feel comfortable with him about.
Me neither. These damn pants keep riding right up my butt.
So, what do you want?
We do, Medicine Hat. We do have some other. The banana hammock is too tight on the side. So hey turtles, I was just thinking
Hey,
about
Turtles.
you the other day. How you doing? How's everything going? How's the Chantix? Squishing the men's berries. Two men in the jungle, jungle men wearing tidy whities.
Oh, pretty white.
I don't think they're white anymore. They look kind of gray. Oh no, you're allergic. So
Uh-oh.
that's not good. So what is your alternative, turtles? All right, let's talk to him about Nico, and then perhaps Medicine Hat. He is a candidate for dog food, dog biscuits, and those Asuki panties. If he's wearing white underwear, men's underwear. Oh, cold turkey. Yeah, that's not good. They have nothing else, huh? The patch doesn't work. This was a pill, so okay, hold on. Nico.
My girlfriend has been bitten by a snake.
So, everyone in my family has been bitten by snakes.
I was bitten by a dormouse once.
She's real sick. I hoped your wise man might have medicine.
Wise man? You must have the wrong village.
We're progressive. We wear underwear.
Father Hubert said there was a wise man in the village who could help me.
Ooh, he must mean the old man, the shaman.
Yes. Shaman.
It was so hard. They tried me on another meds, but I was in bed for 24 hours, like 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that, turtles. Cold turkey is hard, but it can be done. It's just, you've got to stay away from people who smoke, the smell of smoke, and get the cigarettes out of your face. That's how you got to do it. And the reason I know that because I went cold turkey. How old is Michaela now?
So you're probably
Almost
talking 24
20,
years, at
almost a
least
little
24
over
years.
24 years ago. Yeah. You got your second Moderna and it made you sick for 3 days. So that's about common. I mean, everyone's varying. Some people don't get sick at all. Mike will tell you he didn't get sick at all on his second shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hard part. Because if you can get away from the other smell of smoke, it'll make it that much easier. But then you have the alternative. Most people do the other thing, which is either chew gum or eat.
Yeah. So, and like with any habits, yeah, it makes it tricky. So
You also have to we have to repeat this habit and do at least 20 sometimes in order for I told myself it's too expensive. I kept that is if you've ever
you were pregnant too. So
well, even at the time when I finally did stop, and this time when we really talking stop, because after I had the baby, I could have started right back up again as soon as I wasn't breastfeeding her. But I stopped because I told myself I can't afford it. I have 3 kids at that time and I can't afford to buy a carton of cigarettes. And that they needed things like stuff that that I as their mother could provide them, but you have to have the incentive and you don't have all that. Think I smoked from age 13. I'm now 46 in November and I went from smoking 3 pack to 5. And so you are really it's going to cold turkey would be extremely hard. I wouldn't lie. So medicine has said I got my second this week too, and I had a really rough 24 hours a day or so, and then I was fine again.
oh, 5, 5, 6. Okay.
I'm glad you don't smoke, Mel. Smoking's bad, okay? Yeah, it was, but I was living in a very stressful and abusive relationship. So smoking was
Back then.
back then, not now. Back then. And so smoking was my only way to keep from going crazy. But I did tell myself no more smoking. I'm quit. I'd been smoking since I was 18 on and off, so not nearly as long as Turtles at that time. And I would quit, I would start, I would quit, I would start. But this time, I found I was like, I'm quitting. In the mornings, my lungs would hurt, my throat would hurt, and I've noticed that even now, the throat still is affected by. I don't sing nearly as crisp and as clear as I did when I was a young kid. Turtles, what about vaping? Non-nicotine vaping seems to help people. I smoke because of anxiety, and it's really, really bad. Just thinking of leaving my home. When are you headed to go to Australia now? What is your time frame, Turtles, for getting there? Um, and yeah, let's find out about Nico.
Are you going to stand by and let my girlfriend die?
I don't
Of
think
course not. What do you think we are, savages?
We'll start the preparations for a cremation feast.
Notice he keeps calling Nico his girlfriend. I've never heard her call him
My
her
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Well, we really haven't heard too much from Nico actually, and a man sending her panties. So, um, I did that for a year, but my roommate started smoking in home,
Yeah.
and I can't go till maybe 2022.
Yeah. Because what I've read with Australia, they're really trying to lock things down again.
As
People
they
being able to
should.
come in and out. And especially with what's been going on in India, that there have been people like citizens of Australia, and Australia's just saying like, we're not letting you back in, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
So it's
unfortunate. Hopefully, they'll also do a mass close down of India, and already I think they're implementing that, and masks, and then the vaccination. Yep, Turtles was in
oh
Australia
wow,
because I remember that Turtles had to do like the 2 week
quarantine.
quarantine
Yeah,
when she came back.
guy who used to be my manager, he went. He was in Europe in March of last year, just before things started getting closed down. So he was over there for I think like 3 weeks. So he was in I think, let me see, Iceland. I think they went to the UK and maybe Netherlands or something like that. But yeah, I think that there was even some challenge. Like I was kind of worried, like, oh, dude, are you going to be able to get back? And there was um, a little bit of, I guess there was a little bit of a hiccup of them trying to get out of the UK, even. But
Mike, I would happen to say though that when I am around people who smoke, I can smell it. And there's something in my mind that triggers, I want a cigarette, even 25 years later. So it's better for me never to really be around others who smoke that much, because there's just something, some stimulus or something that it hits. But Chad would have a beyond a fit if I smoked. He wouldn't even kiss me, is what he told me, because he said it would be like kissing an ashtray. And so he's but adamant. So that helped too, and I've been with Chad for 22 of those 23, 24, 23 of those 24 years, 25 years. So, yeah.
I'd like to see the shaman, please.
You can't just go walking in there and demand to speak to the shaman.
Why not?
You have to observe the protocol. The shaman demands tribute.
Tribute.
He needs a pair of
like a gift?
panties.
That's right.
The eternal question. What do you give a man who has everything?
Right. You went a year without and smelled it and then tried to resist, but then my dog got sick and it hit really hard. Yeah. And there's got to be, so it's a learned behavior, and there's got to be something else to trigger and to do instead, turtles, instead of reaching for a pack of smokes. Especially if mentally you're not telling yourself it's too expensive. I can't imagine what it must be to pay for a carton of cigarettes nowadays, but to think about what it's doing to your insides. That's what also is a drug. And
can we offer him some underwear?
We can
Dog
offer
biscuits?
him Scooby snacks.
He'll like these biscuits.
If you say so.
Tooch! Medicine Head! He took our biscuits away! Medicine Head, we lost our biscuits!
Maybe
Oh, wait,
not.
hold on. Maybe not. Hey,
He
guys,
likes
keeping our
the
biscuits!
Especially the black ones. He wants to know if you've any more.
Oh, no! Okay, maybe panic was averted.
Give me a clue. What kind of things does your
I
shaman
have a
like?
woman. She's
Does
sick
he
in
have a hobby,
the
a
cabin.
favorite sport?
You insult us.
That was
The
too
shaman lives on a
close.
higher plane.
Oh, right. Maybe a book would be more suitable. Or a jigsaw puzzle? Don't you
Shut
just
up,
hate
George.
choosing presents for people you don't know?
Give him the iron cup.
This cone would have 1,000 uses.
Yeah?
I wish we
Like
could
what?
get him
A protective
The
helmet?
panties is not an option, but we're
I
going to
don't
try to
think
hand
so.
this guy the panties anyway. Yeah, give him a worm.
Look, I know it's not much, but I want your shaman to have this.
Do you expect him to eat that?
He's an old man, you know. He might choke.
I'm trying to
Lipstick.
figure out why do these natives, and we're in what, Central America,
Have
or
on
something?
tidy whities.
No, why are they speaking with American accent?
Because they've been Americanized by the priest.
Well, he didn't sound very American.
True.
There's just so much that's just very confusing.
Would your wise man have any use for lipstick?
Sure he
Not in
would.
that color.
On that color.
Haven't you anything in black?
Of course I don't.
I've got coal.
This stone is what brought me here.
That's a spirit stone. I wouldn't touch it if I was you.
You're right. It could be cursed.
There wasn't much point in sending the empty box back to the shaman.
Oh no, maybe he does want the panties. We've got some red elastic. Here we go.
There wasn't much point in sending the empty
Well, he
box
seemed
back.
to like
He
it,
ate!
except for the
Oh no,
black ones.
but Medicine Head, he ate all those snacks. He ate them. The peeling was the choking time. Not that you're offering worms to eat. I know. Would you like some panties?
I didn't think the Indians would accept that gift.
Indians.
They accepted this gift. Okay, so we need to find some more Scooby snacks. I can't believe we have an empty box. I feel
The
bad.
box was completely empty.
He ate all the snacks in it, besides the ones that are in my pockets.
Is this coal or what is this? Can you put it on the worm and put it in there? Or make the
That
lipstick
was
black?
no good.
Hold on. That's a good idea.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Poison dart?
I didn't think the Indians would accept that gift.
Can you give him a lump of coal?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
It's more than
I
Harry
didn't
Potter
think the
got.
Indians would accept
That's
that
true.
gift.
Harry Potter got a toothpick. Thanks a lot, Dursleys. Boy, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
No.
We are stuck, Mr. Chad.
I don't think so.
Can you imagine Harry Potter like dreading the end of the school year and like, oh, crap, I have to go back to.
I
the
put the
dropped the tequila
freaking
worm
worm
into the
in the
empty
empty box.
Okay. Can you put coal in there now?
Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
Even though you didn't leave.
The biscuit joke is done, Medicine Hat.
Give them to him.
The biscuit joke is done.
I think
Damn
we
it.
need to throw some coal in there or something because he asked for black ones.
He asked for black. Oh. No, he said it's. What the hell are you trying to do, buddy?
He didn't want the little worm. He's a vegetarian.
I put my lucky piece of coal in the empty box.
Your lucky piece of coal. Can you put anything else in there?
You want the panties in
What
there?
if you put the worm in there?
I already get the worm.
No, and then mix them together or something.
Well, hang on. Let's see what happens. What did he say?
Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
I'll give them to him.
He broke his teeth off.
The shaman didn't want the black rock.
You only had like some cookies.
That was no
What if
good.
you mix them up in the box or something?
I put my lucky piece of coal in the empty box. There's already something in the box. There's already something in the box.
Where are we gonna find doggy treats here, Medicine Hat?
Can you walk? See if you can walk in the village or anything, or if you have to go back or something, which would seem kind
Here,
of ridiculous.
I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
I'll give them to him.
I'll give them to him.
Meanwhile, my girlfriend's dying of a venomous bite.
The shaman didn't want the black rock.
I put the Mayan stone in the empty box. Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
Yeah, you found. You haven't got anywhere.
I'll give them to him.
I've got biscuits in my pocket.
You're wearing your little cargo khakis or whatever.
Gone, Medicine Hat. The dog biscuits are gone.
The shaman wants to talk to you.
Of course he does.
Well, it's been nice to talk to you guys.
So what was that? The statue or something?
Mm-hmm. No, that was the the stone.
That woman certainly wasn't the reason I'd come to the village. I couldn't think of any reason to steal the villagers' rock collection. That man wasn't the one I'd come looking for.
Is that just a hand? Oh no, it's a body. Okay. I'm mourning. I'm mourning the dog biscuits dying. Okay. Would you like some panties?
Not even in sight.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Please, sit down. Welcome, George.
Thanks.
I
It has
do.
long been
I'm mourning
foretold
it.
that a white man would bring the Coyote Stone to this village.
There's an eclipse of the sun due very soon, isn't there?
Correct. The eclipse which marks the ending of the Fifth Age will come before the next full moon.
Less than 2 weeks. I didn't really believe that Tezcatlipoca would return, but I figured Karzak's plans were in some way connected.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cinemasker, and you take care, okay? We are just a conversation away. I say that every week. I mean it every single week. But thank you so much for looking. It's always appreciated.
My girlfriend's been bitten by a snake.
And you want me to heal her?
That's the idea. Can you do it?
I'm not sure. My gums aren't what they used to be.
Well, I'll just ask about this root.
Listen, my girlfriend's in a coma.
You don't know that.
Please, old man, give me the root.
What root?
It's just so rude.
Why is Father Hubert so reluctant to visit the village?
I don't know. He used to come here a lot, but then he just stopped. You'd think he'd want to spend some time
You're welcome.
with his kids.
It's heartily felt. I mean, I've been saying that for a year, so we still feel the same way. You ever want to talk? You know where we are.
Think you want to spend some time with
Did
this?
you say Father Hubert has kids?
3 girls and 5 boys by my reckoning. All conceived in the same week at the Feast of the Monkey Dance.
Wow.
Chad said something about.
Nervous?
Yes.
First time?
No, I've been nervous lots of times.
What a moment.
Father Hubert told me of a root which could cure the bite of the river snake.
There's nothing sacred with these people. That was our secret, known only to members of my tribe.
Dude
If that
was
root is my chance
busy.
of saving Nico's life, then I want it. Fast.
There is time yet, George Stobart. Time to learn why you were called here.
Lipstick. Click on the lipstick.
I don't suppose this would be any use to you.
It sure would. This wax on a stick will change our lives.
What do you want it for?
To decorate our bodies for the monkey dance.
They like that monkey dance. Probably find Guybrush Threepwood there too.
Fine. If I listen to your story, then will you give me the root?
The eel travels far, but still returns to the place of his spawning.
And look, I'm running a tight schedule, so can you skip the riddles?
He is a bit of a pushy little bastard, isn't he?
Many years ago, when the world was young, the great god and king Quetzalcoatl was defeated by trickery and deceit. His enemy Tezcatlipoca took his place as leader and demanded terrible human sacrifices. A group of loyal priests found a way to trap Tezcatlipoca. But his powers were so great, they knew he would not remain trapped forever. His time of incarceration would end with the eclipse, which marked the close of the Fifth Age. So the priests fashioned 3 obsidian stones which contained the power to seal the mirror for all time. But before the stones could be put in place, they were seized by the invading Spanish.
But how did they trap Tez, the evil god?
They built a pyramid which they told Tezcatlipoca was dedicated to him. At its center, they fashioned a huge mirror of perfectly smooth obsidian. Luring him into the pyramid with praise and flattery, they used sorcery to ensnare him in the mirror.
There's an eclipse of the sun due very soon, isn't there?
Correct. The eclipse which marks the ending of the Fifth Age will come before the next full moon.
Less than 2 weeks. I didn't really believe that Tezcatlipoca would return, but I figured Karzak's plans were in some way connected.
About that.
What happened to the stones?
They were taken by the Spanish to the coastal town that is now called Quaramonte City. Only one stone reached Spain. The other two fell into the hands of buccaneers.
That's
The
where we got
Jaguar
one of
stone
the
was
stones
captured
in
by an
Coromante.
English captain, El Draco. The Eagle Stone was taken by a pirate called Ketch. The third stone, the Coyote Stone, reached Spain safely.
Which is
That
the one we
the
have.
stone in your possession.
Okay, so we must have found it in Spain, or in. Okay.
Tell me more about the Jaguar stone.
Many centuries ago, the port of Quaramonte was entered by a ship flying Spanish colors. The captain, the man known as El Draco, sent soldiers ashore. Only when the soldiers arrested the mayor did the people realize that they were English privateers. The mayor was held hostage while the soldiers looted and plundered the city. Amongst the treasures they stole was the Jaguar Stone.
Where is the Jaguar stone now?
I suppose El Draco took it back to his homeland, across the Great Sea.
To England. Tell me more about the Eagle stone.
The stone was loaded onto a galleon with many valuable artifacts
go wash
plundered
my
by the
hands.
Spanish. But
that.
shortly
How do you
after
get a
leaving
positive?
harbor, a terrible squall blew up and damaged the ship. The ship was intercepted by a bloodthirsty pirate, Captain Ketch. Ketch made short work of overpowering the crew,
Captain
stealing the
Guybrush.
treasure, and sinking the Spanish ship.
Suppose I was to believe there was anything in your story, other than the rambling delusions of a seriously wacky old man. Suppose I was to swallow it, hook, line, and kitchen sink. What then?
Then you would see that the
Kitchen
fate
sink.
of the human race rests upon your shoulders.
And you're just kind of sitting here.
Do I get anything to help me combat Tezcatlipoca?
Like what?
Well, a magical weapon?
Get real, George.
Get real, George. Always think about yourself, George.
Where's the Eagle stone now?
Nobody knows for sure. Ketch retired from piracy and bought an island in the Caribbean.
What do I do when I find the stones?
Bring them here to me and I shall prepare you. The stones must be taken to the heart of the pyramid. Only there can they be used to seal the gate by which Tezcatlipoca will return to this world.
Can you show me the
Fingers
way to the
left.
pyramid of Tezcatlipoca?
Not until you possess all 3 stones.
Where can I get a mandrake root?
Now do I get the root?
Is that the
Yeah.
what we need for healing?
Take it. Make haste if you wish to save the girl's life.
Thank you
The
for taking
hummingbird
all that
sings
time
to
and not
me of
telling us.
Death to come.
Now you're talking in riddles again. Listen, is it okay if I crash here? I've got no chance of finding my way through the jungle in the dark.
George, you
You're
know what happened to
welcome,
the priest,
But
right?
you probably won't get much sleep.
It's the monkey dance time.
Tonight's the night of the monkey dance.
So are there going to be little Georges running around the jungle? George the jungle?
He's like going to be stumbling back home. Oh, that's what a dance.
I left the village at dawn and stumbled back through the jungle in a post-party daze. It was just like sneaking back to my parents' house when I was younger. Except Oakland didn't have monkeys or parrots.
So Broken Sword 7 is his son.
The redeeming.
The
Gonna get up here and find out it's not Nico or something.
No, it's Nico.
Oh, okay. It actually is
What other woman fell
How
from
did-
the sky?
how did he get
Dorothy.
this?
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Nico. She's got her hand out. Nico.
Hey Nico,
Shake her-
eat this root.
Nico, I've brought you this root.
Oh,
No way was she going to be able to chew the root. I needed to give her the antidote in a more digestible form.
would you like some dog biscuits? Oh, smack. That's too late. The dog biscuits are now gone.
I thought it best not to defile the altar while Hubert was looking after Nico.
Were you thinking about defiling it anyway?
What were you going to? How were you going to defile it, George?
I
You
mean,
already
there-
defiled things last night, I'm
mean-
sure. And during the monkey dance.
Oh, Father Hubert, your kids say hello.
Yeah,
Is
really.
there some water or something over there?
I've got the root, Hubert.
So what are you waiting for? Give it to the gal.
I've
Break it
tried,
up.
but she won't take it.
Oh, you fool, George. You'll have to extract the sap so that you can drink it.
Right.
Okay,
The
so
real Shaman
we have the
thinks you should
press,
go visit your kids.
but we
So,
need a container
he
to
told you?
grab the sap.
Look, Hubert, having an extended family is nothing to be ashamed of. If I was you, I'd be ashamed of not being there for them.
It was that damned monkey dance that led me astray.
Yeah. A sight like that must be difficult to forget.
When in jungle, stays in the jungle. Yep.
I
Take the
couldn't steal
jugga,
from a
ugga,
priest.
ugga. What do you mean? Steal from a priest? You're freaking. Oh, yeah, you know what? Use the cone. The cone has many uses. So maybe you could put the root in the press and grab the cone and put it underneath to grab the
no.
sap. Go outside.
Maybe we'll have to squish it or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's the best I
Okay,
can come up
please.
with. It is the best I can come up with. So I am taking a lozenger because my throat is kind of parched today. I am correct. I put that root in there, babe. Lemon and honey and water is good too. Yeah, turtles. So I think I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of nighttime reading with my daughter Winkers, and so I'm really stretching it. We're reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I'm just kind of stretching it. So I have a Ricola right now. It's just like sitting in the back of my mouth here. But lemon and honey and warm water is good too. Okay, so let's take the... No problem, take it easy.
The juice from the root was soaking into the ground.
Yeah, I also do warm tea. By gum, I was correct. My
cone was
instincts were right.
ideal as a
The
makeshift
cone will
container.
make into a makeshift container, and now we can do the squeeze what little juice we have left in the root. To me, this was a rather easy solving puzzle.
As the liquid was squeezed from the root, it collected in the cone.
And they got a second use. They got a second use out of the cone because we used it on... Did we ever use the cone? We just stole the cone. We've had it for a little while. No, I want the cone. Why didn't you pick it up and put it in your inventory? No?
The stones were too heavy to turn by hand.
Holy hell, they're hell. Let me just have the cone. Okay, so there's something about the cone. I find warm tea helps for that sort of thing. Absolutely. You just got... just got too aggressive. So I can't just walk away. What do I need to do with this cone? So I put the cone down. I put the cone
The stones
down,
were too heavy to turn by hand.
and you can use the cross.
Okay, you're trying to put the root in there.
Yeah, I've done this. It'll squeeze juice down.
The stones were too heavy to turn by hand.
Ain't like it used to be. See, now watch. The juices will flow down into the cone. So why can't I just go and pick up the cone? Is there something in the inventory I need to do as well? Maybe the worm?
Jug makes sense.
If I could get the jug.
I'll go talk to the father again or something.
I was just talking about, I told him about the Ricola.
We've been doing a lot of kinds of ginger hop. It's couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, what's
There was nothing else I wanted.
Can we just take the jug behind us?
I couldn't steal from a priest.
I'm sure God would forgive you if so. Maybe we put the worm inside the comb.
I wasn't in the mood for...
You need that to get in access the pyramid. We know that now. Candles. She's dying. Just when we thought we were safe and had settled down for some well-earned kip, a helicopter appeared from the darkness and bombed the boat.
Faster.
Maybe we can put the worm inside the cone. It's like it keeps pointing for your inventory, so maybe it's something...
Pick up.
Okay, so great, you pick it up, but you can't leave. You'll see that if you try to walk away with that cone, he puts it back. That's why I'm wondering if there's something you can put in your... from your inventory into the cone. Because for whatever reason, he's being a dumbass and doesn't want to just take the cone. Okay, it's not the worm. Poison dart. Yeah, let's press the nasty decayed worm. That's gonna work well. Did the coal go there? The red panties, that'll work.
Inventory puzzles.
Maybe you have to put the cross away. I don't know. Okay, well, I officially don't know how to get this cone out of here, and...
The stones were too heavy to...
Do we have anything we could pick up? Did we have to add water to it? Oh, we can't even get
The
the
leaves
judge.
were burnt to ashes.
Can we put the ashes in it? Can we pick up the ashes?
The leaves were burnt to ashes. It seemed to be working just fine.
Alright, I vote for a small hand. says pick up the stone and climb the ladder. I'm pick up the cone and climb the ladder. So maybe just click on the ladder.
So it's kind of a.
That'd be a
dumb
very dumb.
interface.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's just.
Yeah,
more
be
of a
totally
daddy
my thought
interface.
too would be just that it's a very dumb way to solve a puzzle.
Oh,
Look, Hubert, the antidote.
Okay.
Well,
that's like a
what you
stone.
waiting for? Give it a go, quickly.
That's just dumb. Why couldn't you just put it in your pocket?
And then we would have walked up the ladder because we would have known we're not stupid. We know what we're trying to do.
Eagle. Here, drink this.
Oh, George, it's horrible.
Just swallow it down.
Most
Not
medicines are.
Try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other 2 stones.
Other stones? What other stones? What have you got?
Well, she got instantly cured.
Well, the patient is sounding more like her old self already.
Now, what have you done again, George?
After flying across the Caribbean Sea,